Good morning, world. I am Judy, your web-based therapist, making therapy accessible and convenient for our clients in Florida, in New York, and of course, sharing information worldwide. Today, we're talking about 5 tips for dealing with the holiday blues. We know that the holidays are supposed to be this fun, exciting time where everyone is feeling their best and feeling super excited. But unfortunately, that's not always the case. There are many people for whom the holidays are not the most exciting, the most fun times. For many people, the holidays are sad times. For many people, the holidays bring anxiety. There are a lot of things that happen, and that's why today I wanted to take a moment and acknowledge that. But before I get into that, I want to take a quick moment and say, if you are subscribed, thank you so much for being a part of our wonderful world. And if you are not yet subscribed, please click the subscribe button below so that you can subscribe and become a part of this wonderful world of ours. And remember to tick the bell so that you are notified when I post new videos so that you don't miss anything. And of course, if you'd like to purchase 1 or 3 of my books, there's also a link below that will take you to a site that shows you all your different options of places where you could get 1 or 3 of my books. Okay, let me get back to it. The first thing you need to do is acknowledge what is going on with you. Society has, in a way, conditioned us to pretend that things are not going on. Although it is important to be able to focus on the positive, I know I am one of the people who preach focusing on the positive, but that does not mean that you don't acknowledge or that you pretend that things that are not great are not going on. It's important to be able to acknowledge it because you can't fight an enemy that you refuse to acknowledge. If you are to deal with whatever is going on, you first need to acknowledge it. So take a moment, just acknowledge, accept that, yes, right now I don't feel my best. I know that they say or everyone believes or expects me to be all super happy, excited about holidays, but I'm not. And that's okay. If it's not the most joyful time of the year for you right now, it's okay that you're there. Acknowledge that, because once you acknowledge that, then you can do something. Then you can start to do something about making it a more joyful time. But if you're too busy pretending, hey, I am happy because the world says I need to be happy, but deep inside you're dying, you're hurting, you're struggling, that face, that happy exterior does nothing for you. It's when you take the time and acknowledge that something is going on, then you can start working on removing that something, on fixing whatever is hurting you so that you can actually be excited and joyful and, happy. Second thing, have an outlet. When you're hurting, when things are going on, it's important to have an outlet, some way of releasing all that stuff that's inside you, some way of releasing what you're experiencing. Whether it's journaling, exercising, or talking to someone, whether you're doing yoga, you're meditating, whatever it is that you choose to do to release the energy, that negative energy, that hurtful, that painful energy that's inside of you. Have something of an outlet to help you just let it go. Because if you don't find an outlet for it, it sits in there. As much as you continue to work and do everything you can to remove it, if you're not taking a moment to have an outlet to let out some of that negative energy, it makes things more difficult. So whatever your outlet is going to be, something to help you release that pain, that energy. If you're going to journal. If you're going to cry, yes, cry. Crying is cathartic. I like crying. Did I just say that? Yeah, I did. Okay. Whatever it is, have an outlet. 3, find ways to fill the void. A lot of times holidays can bring up some feelings of void, some feelings of emptiness, especially because a lot of times holidays remind us of losses. It could be a person who a loved one who has departed. For example, if you lost a parent over the past year, or even at whatever point in the past you lost a parent, the holidays are often pretty good at reminding you of that loss. And for people who are going through divorces, another way that the holidays remind them of the loss is, the children are not able to be with both parents during the holidays because the family is no longer one unit. So that brings up a sense of loss. So find ways to fill that void. If you lost a parent or you lost a member of your family and you're feeling pain, instead of staying at home, go and be with the rest of your family. That does not replace the person you lost. If you lost your mom or your dad, going and hanging out and spending time with the rest of your family does not necessarily fill in the void of, hey, mom is not there or dad is not there, but it fills some of that space that would be that the pain would occupy with joy, with love, with experiences. Maybe being with the rest of your family, they'll talk about the person and that will fill your heart. Maybe being there will remind you of happy memories that will make you smile. So instead of just sitting there, because when you're sitting at home and, nurturing that hurt, all the reinforcement that you're getting is more painful, more reminders of the pain. But if you take an opportunity to find other ways to fill that void, if you're missing someone, spend time with someone else. If you're missing something, find something else to do. Whatever it is, find ways to fill the void. It may not replace what you have lost, but it at least fills that empty space with something positive instead of more hurt. 4, engage in life-affirming activities. You have to, must, need to, this is imperative. You have to do this. Because when we're hurting, we have a tendency to isolate. We have a tendency to sit back and just wallow in our hurt because that's all the energy it feels like we have. But it's important that you're engaging in life-affirming activities because life-affirming activities remind you that, yes, although you may be hurting right now, this is not all there is to life. There are other reasons to smile. There are other good, positive things happening in your world. There are other good, positive things happening around you. So it's important that you're putting in some positives into your bucket because it helps squish out some of the hurt. It helps balance out the pain that you're experiencing. So you have to, must, need to engage in life-affirming activities, whatever your life-affirming activities are. And finally, get help if you need to. Sometimes it is a bit of sadness for a couple of days, but sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes it lasts longer. Sometimes the pain is so much that it feels unbearable. When you're in that space, get help. Help is out there. Help is there available to you so that you don't have to go through all that pain, so that you don't have to live with all that pain all the time. So if you need to, get help. Find someone who can help you shift where you are. Find someone who can help you process what's going on so that you can move to a happier, healthier, more joyful place. But whether it's a professional or if it's just a friend that you're going to reach out to, if you need to, please make sure you reach out and get help. Let me do a quick recap. 1, acknowledge what is going on with you because you cannot fight an enemy that you are refusing to acknowledge exists. Take the time to acknowledge that something is going on so that you can start doing something about whatever is going on. 2, have an outlet because all that negative, all that hurt, all that pain energy in you needs to be released, whether it's exercising or journaling, whatever it is that your outlet is, have a way to let it out. 3, find ways to fill the void. A lot of times the hurt centers around loss. If it is a person or a situation, whatever the loss is, find ways to fill the void. Find ways to occupy the space that void with love instead of more hurt. 4, engage in life-affirming activities because that is an absolute must. You need to be able to remember and remind yourself that, hey, there's more to life than just this pain that I'm experiencing, that this is not a 365, 24/7 type situation. At some point, you're going to smile. There's going to be reason in life to smile. And finally, get help if you need it because it is there so that you don't have to sit there and hurt this whole time, all the time, when people are available and able to help you. So if you need to, please make sure you get help, whether it's professional or help from a friend. Reach out and get it. As always, if you or someone you know happens to be going through something that's more than you can handle, please remember that there are professionals like myself who are available, able, and willing to help, and are even providing remote services who can assist with whatever you may have going on. So please figure out who those people are in your community so that if you need help, you can reach out and get the help that you need. And that is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.